Probably.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on and let's talk a little bit about new decks that we've been building for the new sets. You could see I did build a Jabba deck. So, but we're not going to cover that first. We're going to cover a Yularen Data Vault deck that I'm testing out. I don't know if this is that good. I will tell you that this was super fun to play. I did build this and I have this ready for locals. I don't even know if Data Vault is the way to go. I just wanted to play double green.
Needs more unity of purpose.
I don't have any unity of purpose.
Why not?
You're right.
Just end games randomly out of nowhere.
It's probably something I could probably just sub out the Devastators for that, because really, are you ever getting to 10 resources with Yularen, or should you? Probably not.
And JJ's favorite card, Attack Pattern Delta. What's up with that? Where's that?
No, I'm not putting that in there. That card sucks. I do have Protect the Pods in here. How about that?
I do love Protect the Pods.
You know how many times I've played a major Piazza and then used Attack the Pod and just wait or just killed something? Love it.
Yeah, like Partigraz, like, because it also gets the health. Like, with scaling with the Protect the Pod's actually kind of annoying.
It is. It's very annoying.
But go through the deck.
Yeah, so I have 2 TIE Fighters, 3 regular set 1 Yularens. I have 3 Hyperfoils of that card too, so I 100% was going to include that in this deck. It works in this deck.
It makes sense. So, like you want it.
Yeah.
3 of the Imperial Dark Troopers, 2 major Piazzas, 3 of the Outland TIE Vanguards, 2 Snow Trooper Lieutenants, which I really like that card in this one because it activates off of almost everything. 3 Vinets, 3 of the Emperor's Royal Guard, which I put that in here because I have so many damn officials I guarantee to get Sentinel off almost every time. Like, I don't think I've not gotten Sentinel off with him.
If only there was, if only it said Palpatine and not Emperor Palpatine, so you can get off Chancellor Palpatine.
Yeah, that's why he's not in here, just so you know. That's the only reason I don't have him in here, because he doesn't actually work with them. I have 3 General Veers, which I hope we get a Veers leader sometime. I think that would be pretty cool to have a Veers leader next set. 3 Phase 3 Troopers, 3 Super Laser Techs, 3 Resupplies, 2 Tarkins, 3 of the Shuttle ST...
Krennic Shuttle.
Yeah, it's the Krennic Shuttle is what it is. 2 of the TIE Advanced, 2 Vice Admiral Ramparts, 3 Commands, 2 Protect the Pods, 3 Agent Calluses, which I love that card more than I thought I would. I think I should put that back in my Palpatine deck too.
I mean, we played in set 1 in Palpatine. That worked out pretty well.
Yeah. 3 Overwhelming Barrages, 2 Dedras, 3 of the Green Ambush Vader, 1 Relentless, and 3, technically that's 3 Devastators.
Jeez.
You don't need the Devastators or the Relentless at all, but they're there because they're fun.
I agree.
My sideboard is whatever. Like the sideboard, I don't know what to put in the sideboard. So it does have the scanning officers. I am running that Ella in the sideboard just because of plot can actually be really bad for this deck if they screw you over. Like if they run a bunch of red stuff and you can't stop them with your Sentinels, you kind of need it. 1 more Protect the Pod, 3 of the I don't know, whatever the upgrade is, that's like Overwhelming Barrage,
Craving
Powers, and 2 Relentlesses. So it's a
All right,
very Imperial centric deck.
All right. The only thing I have like really like against this deck is that there's 0 copies of Jar Jar Binks in here. What the hell?
Actually, that's a pretty valid point.
Because he doesn't fit the Rebel or the Imperial synergy. That's the only reason he's not in there. He's not an Imperial. Yeah. And you're right. You could probably just play him as a plot card, and that's fine. You could put Unveiled Might in here too if you really wanted to help your Yularen.
Still like Unity of Purpose.
And you could put Unity of Purpose in. Like that's a valid point too. I just have I don't even know if I own Unity purposes. I guess I'd have to go look. I probably do. I probably
you
do.
buy them now before the price skyrockets.
So you could put that in there. I also, you could put Strike True in there if you really wanted to. But the idea is you're kind of more of like a value trade style deck. So you're more of that. You want to be a little bit more of a tempo deck with some Sentinels, and then your Yularen's just helping you ambush or aggro into that board. I'm pretty sold on the cost ratio of most of this stuff, though. Like, I do actually feel the cost curve on this like equals itself out, and you have. Because Yularen's was tricky to build in red. I tried to build this in red, and I could not get it to work as well. Red doesn't have the Imperial synergy aspects as much.
Not for cheap.
Yeah, not for cheap. So if you wanted to play a little bit more of a control style, like a soft control red deck, I think you could do that. I mean, could you imagine being able to like have Vader and Palpatine on the board and just swinging in for both of them for 15 damage? I mean, like, it'd be really good, but
the resupplies seem a little bit strange.
Yeah, they're probably not needed either. It's just this is again. You got to think I'm the control player, right? So like I'm building this.
But you're
this is
building
like a
aggro
Palpatine
kind of thing.
Yeah, you don't really need the. I didn't actually play any of the resupplies ever, so you could also keep resupplying and cut the super laser text if you wanted.
But you want units, you're Yularen.
Sure, but resupply is nice too. I could bring Yularen out like a turn early. It's really good. But that's fine. So JJ, I will test out Jar Jars in this deck to see actually how well that it does. I just wasn't sold on what it could do. Because Yularen comes out on 5, I could bring Yularen on 4, typically, and then like now it's a little bit more of a race. I wonder if that Unveiled Might would just be better. Maybe Unveiled Might goes in over the resupplies. Maybe that's what it does.
You can also put them on your Sentinels.
Yep.
Like Unveiled Might on a Phase 3 Dark Trooper seems really frustrating.
Yeah, and that might actually just be better than the resupply. I'm not super sold on the Tarkin either. But I mean, he does let you get card draw, so I don't know. It's kind of
4 for 2, 3.
Yeah, he's not really good, but he is okay. But he's somebody that could probably be replaced. I have enough 4 cost stuff in there. I don't need him. But Callus has been MVP in this deck. Callus, actually, Dedra. Just so you know, Dedra is actually pretty good in this deck too. The best is like Dedra can ambush in. And then create that spy token, and even if she dies, I could still have my Emperor's Royal Guard Sentinels.
Yep,
some spies are officials, and I did that last night. I still lost the game, but I did that to my son last night, and he was not very happy. He was like, "You got to absolutely be kidding me!" I was like, "Yep, this is hilarious." Like,
these Emperor's Royal Guards are protecting this random politician for literally no reason. Don't worry about it.
It's probably a Palpatine in disguise. The other thought was maybe like testing clone. Do you think clones are decent enough to put in here? Because I could clone another Sentinel, right? And it doesn't
or whatever big unit they have that's not a ship.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I kind of wonder if clone is better. Like I have a hard time partying with Devastators, to be honest with you, but like I don't think the Devastators and the Relentlesses are needed. I think that's probably just silly. I don't know.
Endless Legions.
I'm not putting Endless Legions in there. I don't believe in those decks.
Not for this deck. Not for this deck.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is my take on Yularen. This is what I have built. So, I like it. I think this has tested okay online. I don't think this is going to be like some big meta hitter, but I don't know. I think maybe we'll go back. I'll throw 2 Unity of Purposes in there. And I'll throw your Jar Jars in there. Those are the 2 suggestions, right? Jar Jars and Unity of Purpose.
Yeah, those are definitely good ones. Yep.
Yeah, I could respect it.
What do you do? 2 Jar Jars and 2 Unity of Purposes?
3 Jar Jar, double Unity.
Yeah.
Cut 1 Relentless and 1 Devastator in your resupplies.
Yep. What do you sub in for Tarkin then? If you don't like Tarkin, what would you put in for Tarkin? I mean, there's other 4-cost cards.
You can just do main deck double Craving Power.
Could do that too. That might be that might be better in a Data Vault deck, right? That goes back to that Boba Fett style.
Or I mean, like, it's hard because like Palpatine isn't like an Imperial. Chancellor Palpatine isn't. You can just add another Dedra. Or if you think your board goes wide enough for like trade route taxation.
I don't think it does usually. The Sentinels get killed off pretty quickly.
Fair enough.
You would need other ways. You would need Palpatine to create the spy tokens, or other ways to create spy tokens other than Dedra. So usually she doesn't live very long. People don't let her live very long. So
surprised you didn't put Maul in there.
Well, I mean, Maul's a good consideration, but he's also not an official or Imperial, so he doesn't really fit the theme.
Eighth Brother's Imperial.
That's a good thought. Maybe Eighth Brother goes in. It's maybe Eighth Brother.
Just essentially a vanilla 5/7 ambush, but
yeah, maybe he goes in instead of the Tarkins, because I don't really need that 4-cost spot. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll test that stuff out this week at locals. So hopefully nobody locally is watching this and knows what we're going to attack against. All right. The next deck I have for you is a Dedra Colossus Hard Control deck. This is in honor of our good old trench deck, just different style. JJ, why don't you cover this deck? I've talked enough tonight. So.
All right, cool. So we got Dedra here with Colossus, the one that gives you one less card when you start in hand, but you get 35 health, so that's really good. So we got one copy of Confiscate. That's in honor of me. I appreciate that.
Oh, there's like 5 one-offs.
I know. We got 1 restock, 3 Daring Raids, 3 Eye of Aldani's. 2 Eye of Aldani's. 3 top targets, 2 force chokes, 2 entrenched, 1 tech, 3 clients, 2 knowledge and defense, 3 let's call it war, 3 copies of merciless contest, 3 part of the dark sides, 2 condemns, 2 fellow dragons, 2 pillages, 2 takedowns, 3 vigilances, 3 no glory only results, 2 copies of retaliation, 1 bounty hunter crew, 1 rival's fall, 3 super laser brass, 3 crate dragons, and 2 annihilators. And then in the sideboard here, we have extra copy each of Confiscate, Restock, Eye of Aldani, the grenade strikes.
The sideboard is just a bunch of garbage. Like that's just the best side.
It's also like a 12-card sideboard.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. So, but I like this a lot. The only thing I probably would have added is I probably would have main decked the Bounty Hunter crew. I would have added all 3 in there, and then I don't know what I would have dropped. Maybe the Condemned, but yeah, I like this a lot. This definitely has a lot of control in here.
JJ. That thing is great.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But no, I like this a lot. The only reason I would have kept more Bounty Hunter crews is that, in the event, you need to get something that you've already run through, just being able to pick that up again and using it again is a lot more beneficial. Or especially if somebody counts or pillages you or makes you discard, just being able to pick up whatever you need in particular is nice. But still, lots of control on this one here. Man, like this is a pretty rough deck to try to get through if you're not prepared for it.
There is another way you can do things too. If you have triple tap target, double entrenched, and double condemn, if you change the knowledge and defense, which is a little bit rough, change the knowledge and defense to perilous position, you can actually run like a fine edition, which I know you and I, the only people who ever run that card, love.
Yep.
But getting back a condemned or a top target or an entrenched is really nice. As you know. And all you have to do is kill something, which you can do with Dedra's ability.
You could probably cut the Eye of Aldani's is kind of I like Eye of Aldani, but like at the same token, I don't like it. Like it's great as a stall tactic, but I've ran into times where I just don't want to play it.
To me, it's just really good, like early game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd probably run a second Bounty Hunter crew, but that's just because it's me. I just love my control. But yeah, the Iodani's to me seems like just kind of more. I know Tanner and I were talking about this off camera. He's just like, oh, Iodani's like fine, and I'm just like, yeah, it seems much more critical like early in the games, right? If you have like you're at 4 resources, right, and I play like I have Aldani, you probably have like 2 guys out, maybe 3. So like next turn when you go to 5 resources, now you're down to 3, and that's pretty limiting for things like that. And a lot of leaders flip on 5, so it's really kind of just stalling it out for another turn. Earlier game, it seems to just halt enough momentum that it's kind of annoying. Later games, I think you can just work around it.
Yeah,
it's still annoying, but work around it.
I did a deck tech for this video, and this is kind of my updated. The reason I wanted to cover this is because this is updated. Like I did a deck tech very early for this because I thought this was. I think Dedra is probably one of the better leaders out of that set, because of her versatility and what she can do. And I need something to replace Bosk when Bosk rotates. So this is just a lot different style than Bosk, but like she does the 2 damage, right? Bosk does 1 damage to a bouncy thing. She does 2 damage to anything for 1 resource.
Or draw a card, which is generally not what you want to do against a hard control deck.
Yeah, so like, I do agree with you. Maybe there's some decisions to testing and dumping the problem with the knowledge and defense is you just get that other card.
Yep.
I know it's like you're.
But Perilous exhausts, and if they deploy a leader, that's really huge.
It is, and you are right. Like maybe there is a world where we do want that fine edition again. In this type of deck.
I love Fine Edition so much. I want to put it in everything.
Yeah, well, maybe we should make a hard control red yellow deck, Alex. Maybe we should do that. Let's not do that.
So we never play a Fine Edition because it's blue.
No, you do. You just pay 2 for it. It's worth the 2, right?
Perfect.
I really like Condemn more than I thought I would. So I actually genuinely think Condemned is one of the best cards in the set so far.
I'd probably go to 3 for Condemn. JJ, I'm not sure if you noticed, because they formatted it poorly. They should have just been like, unit blanks all of abilities and also gets on attack -6/-0 instead of like, on attack the unit gets -6/-0 and loses all their abilities, because the and kind of makes it seem like it's the on attack. You don't get to sequence it. They just lose all their abilities.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
So putting it on Kira is really funny. Because they're just like, oh, they don't swing for anything because they don't have grit.
Yeah, I think maybe the answer is you pull the pillages out and put the pillages sideboard. In the long run, I think pillage is probably not really worth it in the deck. It is nice to be able to play pillage and knock them, but I've gone from 3 to 2 now. So, like there's a world I could see a world where you just move the pillages to the sideboard and run 3 in the side along with your 3 open fires. And I think there's a world you could just run 3 Eye of Aldani's in the side. And then like another restock is what you just want, really.
I also feel like the grenade strikes would be a little bit more useful than Daring Raid in main deck. But that's just kind of a gut feeling I have.
So the answer is yes and no. The answer is yes, except for if I want to use her ability turn 1.
Right. That's the only scenario I think that the Daring Raids would be better.
Yes, and so you could take the Daring Raids out, but I found that I can, for 2 costs, I'm now doing 4 damage to something, right? Whereas the grenade strikes is 2 costs, you do 2 damage to 1 and 1 damage. So
it also seems a little bit better into like Vader pilots.
That's why it's in the side, because that's actually what's for Vader pilots. Just so you know, like that's actually what that's for.
You can main deck them.
You can, but I don't know if Vader pilot's going to be that big of a thing. I don't know. And the client also is like I love having the client in there, but do you really even have to have the client for healing? Like
against Vader decks, you do.
Yeah, against Vader. Usually you don't win this against Vader decks, so I don't know.
I mean, as a sideboard, it would be nice, honestly, more than main deck.
Yeah, it's just the problem is I was running Pershings, and I found I don't need Pershings in this deck.
Not with Dedra's ability.
Yeah, if they're just taking all the damage, I don't need as many cards. And that's where you're right. That's where Grenade Strike actually just would be better. If they take all the damage, Grenade Strike just becomes insanely better because it's just doing like the extra damage. That's why that Call of War is in there over Open Fire. I actually
I like the Let's Call it War. I think that's pretty cool because you should usually have initiative, I'm sure.
You almost always have initiative and you almost always get it off, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's move on. So the next one I have is Padme.
You want to just do mine? 2 of yours, and then 1 of mine, 2 of yours.
Where is yours?
At the very bottom.
Okay. Sure, we can go and do yours next. Yep.
Because I haven't really went over a deck yet, so. And this one's silly. I made this for JJ. So it's good old Grand Moff Tarkin yellow, bringing it back.
Yes.
Man, I could still really use that triple dark ray, but whatever, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Tarkin yellow. So I got triple of the Screeching TIE Fighter, and then triple of the TIE LN Fighter. Double Confiscate, triple Dark Trooper, double Jar Jar, triple Major Partigraz, triple Van triple Arrest, double Trade Route Taxation, triple Chancellor Palpatine, triple Veers, triple Lurking TIE, Phantom, triple Phase 3 Trooper, triple Yellow Moff Gideon, because I want to play him in one deck, damn it. Triple TIE Advanced, triple Overwhelming Barrage, double Dedra, and triple Grand Admiral Thrawn. In the side, I have double Surprise Strike, triple the Contracted Jumpmaster, double Emperor's Royal Guards, and triple Waylay. I had Orn Free-Ta for a little bit. That's why actually pretty much all the events other than OB are laws, which is kind of cool because Complicate's a law and the rest is a law. Trade route taxation's also a law. I was messing around with some stuff. I had the one that like gives officials some experience tokens, which is why there's a lot of officials in here. I'm still working on things. But you know, just play a 1-drop turn 1, give it experience, or play a 2-drop that's also pretty solid, and then stack a bunch of stuff on your Lurking TIE fans and tell them they can't do much. Also, Moff Gideon. I finally get to play Moff Gideon. 5/4, and you can give them experience tokens. This is just like a tempo deck. It's funny.
Yeah, I like this a lot. The only I probably
it.
would have added in the ST shuttle, where you can transfer out experiences as you need to.
Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit more balance on there.
Van can also kind of do that as well.
Yeah.
Just the Chronic Shuttle was like, do I do that or do like the TIE Advance and Moff Gideon? I want to play Moff Gideon, damn it.
Yeah, I like Moff Gideon a lot, actually.
Yeah, so it's like a bunch of Imperial synergy, except for Jar Jar and Palpatine.
And Vinay.
And no.
Oh, no, he's Imperial.
Yeah.
Yep, Vinay's Imperial. Yep.
Yeah, so like, stack a bunch of experience and just do things, right? It's very much like tempo, and then also with the Moff Gideon, or not Moff Gideon, Grand Moff Tarkin flip, you can plot out both Chancellor Palpatine and Trade Route Taxation, like we were talking about earlier. So you just like get 4 units on the board out of nowhere, and then hopefully you have more units than them at that point.
Yeah, and you have the ability to upgrade one of them if you want to. You can upgrade Palpatine, all that fun stuff.
Well, not Palpatine, but Partigraz actually you can start upgrading, which gets a little bit silly with Grand Moff as well, because Tarkin is an official, and pretty much everyone is, except for the Dark Troopers. So it's fun. It's a silly little tempo style. I've seen some people mess around with like blue Moff Tarkin, which is interesting, blue-green villainy or whatever. But I have Jabba and Garth Saxon for all that, so whatever. I'm going to play yellow. It's a little clunky, but I'm working on it.
It's probably a relatively cheap deck to play, too, so it still kind of fits in the...
I think the only expensive cards are the Thrawns.
Yeah, and those are only $5 a piece, really. So you can get them for $5 or a little bit less than $5 right now. So
yeah, it's kind of a budget deck. That's kind of what always Yellow Tarkin was like a budget yellow, but like your most expensive cards are the Thrawns, and then probably like the Chancellor Palpatines.
Yeah, when I first started, this style of deck was actually like my bread and butter for a long time because it was a budget deck, but it still performs so well. Like, it's nice.
Yeah, I would recommend trying it out, JJ. Hopefully they don't kill your units. Then you'll be set.
Yeah, Ben.
All right, let's go. We'll talk about Padme Tarkin Town. This is one of the decks I've been kind of testing around as well. I think mine's a little bit has more space in it than other people's do. I've seen people like with a Padme deck with like just Falcons in it, and I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. So I'm a little more space heavy even than some of the other ones are, but I tried to go a little bit closer to her theme, right? Like anything with disclosed discard type stuff to help trigger that damage. Notably, I do not have Daring Raids in here. I'm not going to put Daring Raids in every Tarkin Town deck, for Christ's sake, but you could add
grenade
them.
strikes.
You could add them or grenade strikes if you want.
I think Daring Raids would be a little bit better than the grenade strikes in this one, but yes.
So this one has 3 Hot Shot Blasters, 2 Bail Organas, 3, I don't know how to say her name.
Karis.
Karis.
It's also a guy.
Is it? It looks like a girl. All right. 3 Karises, 3 of the N1 Starfighters, 3 R2D2s, which I'll be honest, I'm not sold on 3 of the R2D2s, but it does work with...
It does discard stuff.
You know, with Padme, and I just don't like that R2D2, but like it does work with Padme. So, I mean, it is what it is. 3 of the Warriors, 2 Bamboozled, 3 of the Faith in Your Friends, 3 Anakin Skywalkers. And again, I would love to drop the 2 Anakin Skywalkers because he's unique and he can't play 3 of them, but he's just too good. He gets that 2 raid with her like for free. So I don't know. It's really hard not to have 3 of them.
I would have 3.
And I own 2 hyperfoils of them too, by the way. For whatever
those are hard to find.
3 Cassians, 3 of the Ebon Hawk, or 2 of the Ebon Hawk, 3.
I go 3 Ebon Hawks. Those things are nasty in Padme.
Yeah, and there's a good chance that I probably will, because I like the space piece of it more. You probably don't need the 3 Sun Ferocities. You probably could just get away with 2, honestly. Then I have 3 of the Yellow Falcons, 3 Let's Call It Wars, because I am addicted to that card. 3 of the Sun Ferocities, 2 Kira, 2 of Lucen's Spacecraft, 3 Plos, 2 Poe Damerons, 2 Rays, and 2 Han Solos. The sideboard is just kind of, again, I mean, there's 10 cards in there, but that's more of my hodgepodge. I have the 3rd Poe, the 3rd Han, 2 Surprise Strikes, 3 Daring Raids, and 3 of the Charged with Espionage, which allows you to exhaust and do damage with Padme. So,
no, that's the look at the hand.
That's right. That's the Spark of Hope ones. That's right. Yep. Disclose. So you get to disclose, steal a card out of their hand, and do a damage. So, yeah. I do agree with you. The Ebon Hawk feels better. I just, again, it's like all these damn unique things. Like I've had times where I've drawn like 2 Ebon Hawks and a Millennium Falcon, and then the next turn you draw a 3rd Millennium or 2nd Millennium Falcon, and you're like, I can't even play all of this because they're all unique.
Says the guy who yelled at me for running 3 Knights of Ren instead of 3 Grievous.
Well, you'll see my next deck has I got rid of Grievuses, so there you go. So I don't know. I'm not super I don't have a lot of removal in this deck. So that's kind of like the bigger question is, do you need more removal in the deck or not? I do like Karis actually quite a bit. With her ability to be able to bring in a ready spy. So between Padme's ability and that spy, you could typically like take 2 of their units for yours off the board. So you could just kind of wipe their board if you really want to. Bail lets you discard the card to get the spies too. So I don't know. Like Bail, I'm not as sold on because I don't have the card draw per se outside of the Faith of Friends, right? You know, you just don't have card draw. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I would consider is maybe adding in open fires in here. Maybe drop the N1s. But that's the only thing I could think of, really.
Man, you're like 6 cards away from just being able to run Boshek pretty decently for a card draw.
I know you could, and like the Kiras, I don't think are required. Just so you know, like Kira's just so good. Like when we played Kira in Quinlan, it was just so good. Like I actually cut one of the Kiras, and I don't want to, just because I like Kira. But you're right.
Yeah, it's just like
we could go Boshek with this.
Yeah, it just sucks. Your early draws are going to be 2, so it's like you want to go N1 into like a cartel turncoat and bail into something else, and then you can like shove in Bosheks there and have a pretty decent time.
Yeah, and I think there's a world where you do that, right? Like you could put Bosheks, and I mean, because you could switch out some of the. The problem is the R2D2s are in there, right? And then the warrior clans, they all work with Padme.
Right, like you want the carrots, the R2D2s, the warrior clans, and probably the bamboozles and Kiras. So that's like 13 cards, which isn't a ton. You could probably cut it down to 12 and be super fine with it. You just have to like ditch the N1s and the bales.
Yeah, and I think you could probably get away with getting rid of bales. I think you probably could. I'm not. Yeah. I love Bale and I loved him in Sealed, but I have a hard time getting rid of my cards. Right? Like I like to have cards in my hand.
Although we were trying to mitigate that with Boshek, but still, you play a bunch of stuff, right? Like I'm sure you could probably play like Greedo, right, instead of Bale. Right? Just
you could. Yeah. You could also go turn cartel calls and A-wings, right? Like now you've got I could literally just replace those like Bale for that. You lose a little bit of synergy, but then you could go down to you have 2 turn 1 plays, right? So you can,
and then you have more ships for Boshek to go on to.
Yeah. So see, I do agree. I don't like those N1s actually quite at all. Like we used to love them. I don't like them. So I put them in there just because they were had the ability to do the 3 damage turn 1. And like,
but hopefully we're just turning this into like a Han 4 deck, and Han 4 I'm sure just does it better.
He does. So I mean, he doesn't get the pings, but yeah, I know. That's, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like the Boshek draw though. Like I'm attached to that piece of it too.
Giving something +1/+2 and draw 2 is pretty nice.
And I guess if you're going to getting rid of bales and N1s and cutting an R2D2, maybe you go to Churncoats, Mining Guild, 1 mining get no,
just A-wings.
Just A-wings and Churncoats and call it a day. I don't know. You probably could go down 1 sudden ferocity too. I don't genuinely think. And the rays are a requirement. Rays just really nice with the R2D2s and the Faith in Your Friends abilities. Like it just works real well. Ray probably could just disappear too. That 2 damage is not usually 100% relevant. It's just again, it's really hard to get rid of that Ray piece, but she worked a lot better in some of the other decks that ran her.
If you want to get real funky, you can start doing like heroic sacks and like light makers.
Yep.
Because also swinging for 9 and then exhausting your opponent's side of the board is really funny.
Yeah, that's dirty.
And they're both odd costed cards.
All right, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna make an odd costed Padme theory. That's what we're gonna do now.
Light maker heroic sack, baby.
Yeah, I do like the light maker edition, and like I mean, you know what also helps Plo? Like those 1 drops actually help Plo quite a bit.
Now we're live cooking. Look at that.
All right, so we're getting rid of bales, and we're getting rid of bales. I could literally go to the deck right now. We could just tweak it right now. All right, let's keep moving. I want to be go over this last one. Alex, do you want the last one or JJ? Do you want the last one?
Or JJ, you can do it. I don't know. It's fine with me.
No, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
This is similar. Like I told people, they're just like, I want to play Jabba. I'm like, well, Jabba just slots right into like my Gar Saxon shell. Like just take out some Gar specific stuff and then add some like Java specific stuff. And I think you have a good time. So this is Jabba ECL. You got double timely intervention, double Pershing, triple Imperial Dark Trooper, triple Inferno 4, triple Jar Jar, double Lobot, my boy, double Chancellor Palpatine, triple Death Trooper, triple Knights of Ren, triple Super Laser Tech, triple Supremacy TIE SF, triple Power of the Dark Side, triple Resupply, double Unveiled Might, triple Devastating Gunship, triple the Blue Vader, triple the Green Vader, double Dedra, double Ball, and double Jabba's Rancor. The sideboard is the thing, right? So the 3rd copy of Timely Intervention, triple Eager Escort Fighters, which I'm sure is just for Vaders and Falcons. Double OB, a 3rd Rancor, and then triple Snoke. It's pretty similar to a Jabba deck that I have built. Not quite the same, but it's, pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned that if you have Unveiled Might and Palpatine in your hand, right, and you're on that 3 resource turn, you resource your Unveiled Might and you hold your Palpatine, and then you deploy your Vader. You deploy your Jabba. Use your Unveiled Might. If you don't need to ambush in a Vader, you now have Palpatine that can come out on 6 resources, and then it protects that side of the board. And now you can just do whatever you want. Like now you're kind of just set there, and like Jabba lives. Like if they really want to rivals fall Jabba, do you care that much? Nope, you don't. I don't care. Like I just got 3 units.
The Pershings are always funny because you can just start like pinging whatever unit you want to have damage, and also ensures Jabba having an ability.
Yep,
which is always nice. I run 3 Pershings in my Jabba deck, but I understand double because you actually want to do stuff.
Yep.
And that's ECLing out Blue Vader is always really good.
Yep, and the timely's probably you don't need the timely's, and again you could get rid of it,
baby.
but it's
triple
just like
timely.
The problem I have is if I don't have the timely's, is when I need them the most, is when I want them, right? And so like I actually that's why I cut the overwhelming barrage out of the main, because I actually just found that I don't care about it. That I would rather play some of these other cards on the 5 resource turn. Like sometimes I don't have a big enough board, but you can flip Jabba, have that Unveiled Might, and then overwhelming barrage Jabba, and just like now you got a 6 damage, on turn 6. You could do that. I don't know. Maybe you cut some of the ramp and put the overwhelming barrages back in. Like you probably don't need 2 sets of ramp in there.
Honestly, I wouldn't even run any ramp. I don't run ramp in my Jabba deck because he comes out on 5. Like I'm not a pressing need to like. I'm not an endgame deck. I mean, this one's a little bit more geared towards endgame than mine. But like mine's like I'm not really an endgame deck. I don't really need to ramp over things. I just need to kind of control the board for a little bit, and then Java deploys and ruins everyone's life. Because like ambushing Blue Vader out gives someone else a shield. With Java out is you like 3 for none your opponent. It's really dirty. Because he just does the reciprocal damage from whatever he ambushes into, so you can strike up higher. Like I think the only thing that lives is like Cad Bane, so you just put the shield on Cad Bane, leader, because he doesn't do enough damage back to you to kill him with Jabba's ability. But Vader can swing up super high.
Yeah, because it's only 7. That's hilarious.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean that's why you put the shield on Cad Bane. But yeah, that's like the only like really weird one out of that. So I also have Onyx Squadron over Inferno 4 because I like healing,
and that's fair too. That's just the old control holdover. That's what we've had, for how many years? Because the other option would be is like, could you put the Krennic shuttle in here? And if you're going to start putting like Wind Defeateds and stuff like that, you then put Krennic in here. Like if you're going to move that direction.
Like I still have Triple Owen and Triple Krennic, but I also have Anakins in my deck instead of like Dedra, right? So I have, because like Anakins can kill the Cad Banes when they ambush out. So I have like triple Blue Vader, double Anakin, double Green Vader, double Maul. So
and you need like, 2 Rancors in here. Come on.
I know. I should put the Rancors in there. I don't want to because like I don't want to control their stuff and then start blowing up my own units. But I understand. It's also Java's Rancor, and it's a Rancor, and Rancors are cool.
They are, and you can timely it, so it's even better.
You could timely it for basically its cost.
100% have done that more than one time.
If only it had Overwhelm. I do find it funny that you just like, I timely out Jabba's Rancor and do 6 damage to one of my dudes.
Usually to my Jabba.
Right.
That's usually what it is.
But also, like, it triggers Jabba's ability. I mean, once. It's not 6 damage, it's 3 damage. But, like, so you can also kind of do that. I like the Devastating Gunships. I have those as well because you are trying to do damage to things. It's a fun deck. Like, I like Jabba in this set a lot. I might like him too much just because Blue Vader ECL is stupid with him. But he's also Jabba. He's cool and he's fun.
Yeah, I think Jabba's a very underrated leader this side. I think people his showcase is like $88. It's like
he's nasty and limited too. I don't know why are people down on Jabba? He's great.
I don't know. Like, I genuinely think Jabba, would you run Kira over Jabba? Fine, maybe. But Jabba does more longer term than Kira does. So, period. Jabba lives through a lot of stuff. Nobody kills Jabba,
Oh yeah, Jabba out, Jabba as a leader unit out is just really frustrating to do anything to, because when they start just hitting your units, they just blow up more stuff. That's really hard to dig out of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you should post your list. There you go. That's for the Patreon. Let's post your Jabba list in the Patreon for it, and then people can compare the two and play the two together. So I'm not super sold on Chancellor Palpatine having to be in there either, but I just love him in there, and I have 2 hyperspace foils of him as well. So it's kind of hard not to just want to play him just because of that, and Palpatine. But if I start running, the problem I have is I can't build a Jabba ECL deck and then build a Chancellor Palpatine Data Vault deck. I don't have enough I don't have enough Vaders to do that. So
yeah,
but
JJ, what's your thoughts on this? You're gonna run this deck?
Yeah, I definitely would run this deck. I kind of think I would leave the resupplies out and I would keep the super laser techs in there just so you can get your higher end Vaders out there, because I do like having a more end game type approach to this. But beyond that, I like this a lot. I mean, this is really solid overall. It's something that I would definitely play a lot. As far as the timely interventions go, I think I would probably leave them in the sideboard. I don't know if I would necessarily need them in every single game, depending on who I'm facing off against, because you're likely going to be taking initiative most of the time, and you can set yourself up pretty well to always have that first punch to go in, or if you need to absolutely rush a unit into somebody, then you can always sideboard that in. I think that's more reactive than anything. I would actually probably have Snoke main deck in this particular deck, just for again, just keeping that your opponent's side of the board really down if it ever comes down to it. But yeah, I like this deck a lot. It's good.
JJ, you can timely intervention a devastating gunship, ambush into something, and then kill it because it has 2 or less health.
Yes,
that is true. I did not think of that. That's actually good. That is pretty gross, actually. Yeah.
You want
ECL it out too, but
yeah, then you don't have it for Vader. But I mean, at one point, if you don't have Vader in your hand, right, you have a gunship and you have to kill things. You have to kill things.
Yeah.
So all right. Well, I think that's enough for tonight.